Hi, how are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How's your day so far?
Beautiful. How's
Wonderful.
yours?
Oh, it's all good. It's almost like 1 a.m. here. So I'm
Where are
happy.
you?
I'm in India.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Wonderful,
1
wonderful.
a.m. Oh, shit. Okay, so you're a night, well, I guess you're a night owl because I'm during the day. Are you normally a night owl?
Oh no, I do keep myself awake for the interviews usually. So I
Oh,
just
okay.
sleep, I wake up and do things in between. And
Okay.
I have a day job too. So
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go.
yeah.
You're amazing.
Thank you. So, Sate, on November 4th, you released your album Full. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production behind this album?
Mm. Um, the songwriting, the I guess the inspiration behind the album is really life, is really my own fool's journey, being a fool, you know. When I when I was called, I've been reading tarot for a while, but when I was called to actually call this album The Fool, it pulled me deeper into the tarot and going through the major arcana. So there's 78 cards in the deck. 56 are the minor arcana. So it's like the four suits, the swords, the cups, the pentacles, and the wands, which is much like a playing deck. And then there's the major arcana, which are kind of like the trump cards.
Yeah,
And those 22 cards are really profound. Um, and it is the fool's journey, going through and meeting up with death and the empress and the hierophant and all of these life lessons that really just shift you, and you end up going through this journey. um, it's never linear. I mean it's either it's cyclical or it's spiralic. um, and you end up going through this, and then you end up going through it again and again and again until we're done, or until we move on to another journey, however you believe in
yeah.
life after death, or beyond death, or never death, or
Mm.
um but we just keep going in and out of these lessons. And that's really what this album was, kind of a snapshot of where I was.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I believe the concept revolves around this, or you have a different concept that was put behind this album.
The concept, like the concept revolves around the tarot. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not like on the nose, on the rider weight and everything. It is my own journey. Um, so so yes, it is. It is about jumping off the cliff. It is about the those feelings, and how we as human beings, we
Mm.
insert ourselves into those journeys, how we relate to them. Because the tarot has been around for a really long time, and through the evolution of time, people relate to and resonate with the tarot differently, and can put life experience into it differently, versus keeping it so traditional, because the
Yeah.
traditional doesn't necessarily um uh it doesn't coincide with what's going on in the world right now, but at the same time it does. It's a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful tool.
Beautiful. And how long you been practicing in this tarot, and how long you've been doing this?
um Probably since I was like a teenager.
Mhm.
So it's been a while. Yeah.
And you do it as a profession, or you give?
I do read for other people if they ask nicely. No. Yeah, I do, not as my first profession. My first profession is music, right? And art. But yeah, I do read tarot for people.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how is the touring plans coming out for you? I know the COVID situation has become worse and now it's slowly returning back to normalcy. So, what would be the schedules for you? And do you plan to go on a tour anytime sooner?
Um, I I do. It's still rolling out kind of slowly in a very I'm kind of watching because uh things are being booked and then canceled and then
Yes.
so it's still really early, not really early on, but it's still like slowly rolling out. There's a few things in the works for the new year. Um, so yeah, stay tuned.
Wonderful, wonderful. And talking about the album Fools, it was amazingly done, beautifully crafted songs, and even the music videos, everything was put together real nice and just easy listenable. Great funk elements with bluesy stuff. So, how did all this come out for you, and how was the reception of the album so far?
All of it came together for me because that's really me. That's just how I listen to music. That is the music that has moved me. Just I mean, I am moved by passionate music. I'll say that, and normally that pulls me towards like rock and punk and like just edgy stuff that really is raw and gives the space to be raw. Um, and reception of the reception has been really beautiful. It's been, and it's not like I'm surprised, but at the same time, um it's just, it's my baby. It's like letting my baby go out, and then they talk and everyone says, oh my gosh, your baby is so well spoken and so beautiful, and it's just like, oh, I did a good job. I did a good job, so it really really makes me happy. It really and I'm so excited about hearing everyone's takes on it, what they feel about certain songs, and how it moves them, or how the listening to the whole album moves them. Because I was really intentional. I was words. I was really intentional about the track listing and the interludes. So I love that people are listening to it from beginning to end, and going on the journey with me.
Amazing, absolutely beautiful. And talking about the album again, you created the art yourself, the cover
I
art of the
did.
album, and talented musician you are into fashion, you are almost into everything. So how did it all comes naturally into you? What made you get into all these stuff together?
Naturally, I guess, yeah. Um, Naturally, with a little work, the art came. I mean, I went to a school for the arts. I've always been a creative. I've always been nurtured and um, encouraged to be a creative. I come from a very musical and creative family. My mom was a singer, and my dad was a chef, a restaurateur. So creating food and flavors and music and sounds and those kind of flavors, the alchemy of that was my house. And then going to a school for the arts, I was dancing and painting and drawing and playing instruments. And so I had the opportunity to be immersed in different ways of creative expression. But because music and singing was such a um, like the first thing that I came to, mind you, I was dancing a lot as a kid, and theater. So dancing, theater, and music were the things that I really focused on. But art has always been something that I've loved for myself, kind of kept to myself. So this opportunity to share an aspect of my artistic self, like the collage work. Collage has been a thing that I've been doing for a number of years. Yeah, probably since no, my mom would always tell me that I was always cutting. I always had scissors in my hands. So as a kid, I've been cutting and pasting and just putting things together, imagining things and manifesting them. So this opportunity kind of landed in my lap in a way. I was working with other artists, and a couple of them just kind of flopped on me. They ghosted. So I was left in a situation where I was like, do I have to get another artist? And my manager said, no, you're going to do it yourself, because I had sketched out everything. I knew exactly what I wanted to see. So I'm always very particular about what I want to see, because I know. But I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was saying, I guess I really needed to do this because I knew what I wanted to see, and I would have just driven the artist crazy, because I've been like, no, shift that over a little, change the highlight, and just like all the, and they would have said, well, why don't you fucking do it yourself? So I ended up doing it. So now I'm doing it myself.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what would be some of the next plans that you have in your mind?
Say that again.
What would be the next plans for you?
Well, I'm finishing the tarot cards now, so I'm still in creation mode. So that's kind of like the ongoing plan. And performing and just telling more of the story of this album, and definitely delving into more music, and different ways of sharing music, whether it be in the theater or on screen, or acting myself, or there's so many things that I would like to explore and continue to explore.
Wonderful. And would you like to share some of the great moments that you had over the years?
Oh my goodness, great moments that I've had over the years. Where do I start? My life has been so filled with I keep talking about this festival, and you would think I'm sponsored by the festival or paid by the festival, but we played Nyon, Switzerland in 2018, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2018 at the Paleo Festival. And it was probably the biggest crowd that I've ever played, and just felt really good. I mean, then there was playing Brasilia. That was the first time I'd ever been to South America. All of the tours in France, and Germany and Switzerland and the UK, and just traveling. I think those are my highlights, traveling. I love getting on a plane, but I just love being on stage. I love being in front of people and sharing in that energy, you know?
Beautiful, beautiful. And what would be the dreams for you?
My dream, I want to be in India playing
Wow.
there. That's where the closest I've probably been to India, and it's not even, well, it's closer than Toronto, is Singapore.
Oh, that's good. That's
I
good.
mean, it's not close,
Yeah.
but it's closer than Toronto. Or Australia. I've been to Australia, I've been to Singapore, but I've never been to India. And I mean, I just travel. I want to travel the world and play all the
Beautiful.
stages and meet all the people and see them singing with me and dancing and celebrating, being human and just feeling and, you know, sweat and all of that. Just, yeah.
Beautiful. And if you want to collaborate or go on a tour with one particular band or an artist, who would that be?
Oh my goodness. I have a list. There's so many people on the list. I call out the OBGMs. They're in Toronto. Sophia Eurista, she's fronting Brass Against the Machine. Kimberly Nicole, Tamar Kali, but I don't think she's doing more scoring work right now. Queens of the Stone Age, Jack White, who else? I mean, I would love to tour with Nine Inch Nails. That would be awesome. Like there's so many. Moses Sumney, I love. That would be very interesting. Yeah, there's a list. I go on and on.
Amazing, amazing. And would you be sticking to the same kind of genre that you are doing right now, or are you going to be experimenting more music in the future?
You know, you never know. I don't really enjoy genre. I like music. I like to create. So I feel like what comes out of me is me. I'm the genre. Let's call me the genre.
That's a beautiful way to put up things. Amazing, amazing. And finally, what would be the message that you want to give to your beautiful fans around the world?
What would my message be?
Yeah.
Whatever is whispering to you in your ear or in your heart, don't be afraid to step towards the cliff and jump off, because you will be held, and it is for you to do.
Beautiful, beautiful. And say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interview you today. And
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the amazing music that you've been giving, and thanks for this beautiful album, Force. It's a real pleasure listening to it. I believe a lot of people from around the world start listening to you, and hope to see you again somewhere in the world on a tour.
Yes, me too. I hope all of those things. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and you have a good day ahead. Thank you again.
You too. Have a good sleep.
Yeah, I will. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
All right, peace.
Peace.